Hello there, I'm Christina, a preschool teacher for 4 to 5 years old at an international secular school in Jakarta, Indonesia. I want to share the innovative project I implemented in my class, aimed at helping students understand how technology is a meaningful tool that supports community helpers and connects to a real life math and literacy skills. When I tried to think about integrating technology in the classroom, I was quite hesitant. I would think preschoolers need less screen time since they should not be exposed to screens too much and already have too much at home. There's even a children's book that says, "Screen time is not forever." Meanwhile, after taking this class, I recognized that today's world is largely digitized. Students will encounter technology everywhere. Instead of letting them be swept along by the constantly shifting world, it is better to teach students about technology and its purpose. Technology exists not for our entertainment first, but to give an extension for us in completing the work that God has entrusted to us as a steward of God. Therefore, I had a plan. During my term break, I planned to reinvent the upcoming unit plan by integrating technology into our Understanding the World lesson called UTW. The lesson mainly focuses on science or social studies, and the next term will focus on community helpers. My goal was to help students see technology as a tool community helpers use in their daily work and connect this to real life math and literacy skills. I intentionally selected community helpers who would use math skills in real life and encouraged English learners to interact with one another. I also reviewed the ISTE standards for learners to ensure the lessons technology integration to be meaningful.
During the unit, students will explore different community helpers through math and ELA lessons. Some of the community helpers are meteorologists, naming time and weather, bus drivers, emphasizing cart safety and reading digital clocks, check-in agents measuring luggage weight, and Dipping Dots ice cream cashiers practicing the capacity of full and helpful with pom-poms. They will also learn about payment methods such as cash, QR codes, and cards. Another app I'm excited about is using the Loiver's POS app, which lets the cashier match orders on an iPad. If the customer orders one flavor, then the cashier will select one flavor and the full option. On the other hand, if the customer orders two flavors, the cashier will select one flavor, but it will be half full. The other flavor will also be half full since it is a mixture of two in a cup. It is astonishing how simple it is, but again, I asked Gemini AI for the steps to set up the Loiver's POS for the Dipping Dots cashier, which was extremely helpful. As you can see, there's a part of the app that requires us to fill in the modifiers, which I was quite unsure what was it all about. Then when I asked Gemini AI how to use it so the children can input the full and half full part and still end up with the same amount of money. Thankfully, Gemini AI could lay out all the steps very clearly, and it was quite easy for me to set it up in the end.
Throughout this unit, students will learn that technology tools such as QR codes, ID cards, and apps like Zoom and Loiver's POS can be used meaningfully in their lives. Aside from that, I also focus on the character traits they need when approaching the topic. For example, when they have the card, they should be responsible for keeping it safe. Also, they would need to show reciprocity when working together, whether they are reporting the weather forecast together or responding to an emergency call as dispatchers or even the emergency responders. In this way, I do hope this will foster a sense of wisdom and humility in each student in the classroom using technology as a helping tool within the community. Now, for the fun part, I'm excited to share how the students responded in class. As we were just done with the second week, we have been exploring meteorologists, and due to school policy on photos, my handy dandy assistant buddy will demonstrate how the lesson went and how students reacted.
During the meteorologist week, students learned to read weather forecasts from an analog clock. I modeled being a meteorologist reporting the weather at specific hours. Then students adjusted the clock and matched weather cutouts with the hour. Each reported the weather, filling in a script with name, place, time, and weather. They also shared activities suited to the weather. 3 students took turns as meteorologists, camera operators with an iPad, and teleprompters by holding the script that has been filled up. I set up the newsroom using Zoom, mirroring my laptop with the screen and showing the meteorologists on the iPad with virtual backgrounds. Each group rotated roles until all participated. And to ensure that everybody gets a turn, we spread them out throughout the week. So one day we'll have 3 children pretending to be the meteorologist.
From this activity, I could see how students grew more confident as they used technology to explore new skills. There was even a student who was usually hesitant to speak in front of his peers since he was still working on speaking clearly and he's an English language learner. However, when he did the meteorologist activity, he came to the front and went through the script. Although he was still unsure about how to say it in a complete sentence, he was still able to convey the content with confidence, which made me feel excited about the possibilities that technology tools have in opening up the students to learn something new and pushing them outside of their comfort zone with excitement instead of feeling forced. As more community helpers are implemented over the next few weeks, I'm more hopeful and excited about them learning about it. I'm even more determined that the students will be more motivated to learn and ready to use digital tools meaningfully, not like the lizard from the movie Hoppers that is on its doom scroll as it presses the lizard emoji endlessly into the abyss. As the possibilities are endless, I'm very excited and hopeful about how teaching and learning will look as we continue to grow from the garden to the city, reflecting more on the kingdom of God and preparing students to be stewards of God who are pleasing in the eyes of God. Thank you for listening.